Hello, beautiful people. How are you today? Today, here's another edition of my podcast supporting local business owners during this pandemic time. And we want to have fun, definitely, and give information to our audience. And welcome Darren Saul. So Darren is a very active social media marketing practitioner. Ooh, I like the word practitioner. Sounds like a doctor or an acupuncturist you are. And podcaster who consults with organizations to help them get serious business results, integrating social media and podcasting into their marketing strategy. As Darren says, if you're not on social, you don't exist. Isn't that right?
Yes,
Welcome,
that's right.
Darren.
Thank you, Ingrid. Lovely to be here. Always a pleasure. And now Ingrid is the founder of relationship coach. Ingrid is the founder, relationship coach, and chief relaxation officer of Kayangan. She has been a relationship coach for 11 years and a spa therapist for 21 years, mainly in 5-star hotel day spas in Sydney.
Yep.
She is used to looking after thousands of highly stressed clients from all over the world. She practices from Kayangan in 5 Dock and from clients' homes, offices, and hotel rooms, as well as online. Her work is always focused on stress, relaxation, and relationships. She has a kind soul, always seeking to reach out to support the healing process for the many stressed people, broken, lonely-hearted singles, stressed out parents, and loving couples that cross her path. Ingrid does one-on-one coaching sessions, group sessions, and wellness at work programs for companies to create better engagement and harmony for their team members. Welcome, Ingrid.
Oh, so good to have you here because you are actually the first person who inspired me to do podcasting because I was once your podcast guest.
That's right.
And hey, here I am following suit. Thank
I'm
you so much for your
very happy. I'm glad
inspiration.
that you're doing so well. And I love your podcast. They've got so much energy and so much value and so much entertainment.
Oh, awesome. Now, I have my first question to you. Your why. Why do you do what you do, Darren?
Sure. Fantastic. Good question. I've always been fascinated by human behavior, human interaction, and psychology. So for me, everything that I've done in the past has always been in line with that. And social media is just another great way for me to study human beings, study their behavior, study the psychology behind what makes them tick, what makes them buy, the behavior behind marketing. So for me, I'm just fascinated by social media and podcasting because it really allows me to observe human behavior and allows me to use what I learned in the marketing process.
Oh, fantastic. I've never heard someone explain it like that. So that's why you refer yourself as a practitioner.
Right. Social media doctor.
You better, might as well name yourself as the psychiatrist or psychologist of marketing.
That's a good one. I might use that.
Yeah. There you go. Ideas.
I love that. And what about you, Ingrid? Why do you do what you do?
Right. Well, I came from a rather dysfunctional family in Indonesia, and I learned a lot from observing my parents, like on how not to communicate with your partner, on how shame and guilt can be so damaging to your life, as an adult, and how living through your child can be again so damaging when the child is actually become an adult. So yeah, I learned a lot from that. And also then I left Indonesia to get married to my first husband. Well, unfortunately the marriage was an abusive marriage, and so I left, and I gained depression and anxiety, all the fun stuff. And I lost all things material like properties and furniture, things like that. but I gained me, and that's the best news. I gained Ingrid back. Woohoo.
I love that. I
Yeah.
gained me. How cool is that?
Yes, definitely. And throughout my healing journey to heal myself, I went back to college
Yep.
to study counseling and life coaching. And straight away, I knew that I would be a coach, not a counselor, and my niche would be in relationship. And then I met my current husband, well, hopefully my last. Um, and we have two kids together, after 12 years, we have two kids together. Um, and during the process of having kids, unfortunately, I got pre and postnatal depression. So probably you can tell that I've been to hell and back. But that's why now I am so passionate and so inspired to support and inspire, other people in the same sort of shit, especially if they have high level of stress, some level of depression, some level of anxiety. So then I can give them some practical sort of tips. I'm a very practical person. So practical tips for them to heal as well as having fun, because that's important.
Definitely. And you're always so positive and high energy, and nothing is ever too much trouble. So you're a pleasure to be around.
You don't want to be my husband, because my husband see it all. The fun and the street side of me.
You're different outside than you are at home. Is that right?
No, I'm always trying to be authentic. This is me. What you see is what you get, definitely.
I love it.
Well, I have another question, Darren.
Sure.
Can you please give me 3 tips or 3 reasons why you should take social media and podcasting seriously for your business? Because you didn't start as a podcaster, did you?
That's right.
Yeah.
I started as a photographer. So I've been a photographer
Yeah.
for many, many years.
Yeah.
And I started utilizing social media and podcasting to market my own business. And I realized how useful it was and how functional and effective it was. And then I just started going deeper and deeper and deeper and became a practitioner every single day on social media. I get up every day at about 5:30, and my first 2 hours are on working on my social media and on my podcasting.
Amazing.
Every single day. It has to be a religion. And so 3 reasons why social media and podcasting is so useful and so important for your business. The first one is behavior has changed and attention has changed. Particularly even in these times, we can see it. Everybody is looking at the computer screen, at Facebook, on LinkedIn, on Instagram. They're listening to podcasts. They're looking at YouTube videos and YouTube content. We're all learning, and this has been a transition for many, many years, whereby at the moment, everybody's attention is on social media. That's where the majority of people's attention is all day long. People look at billboards less. They look at advertising, printed advertising less, papers less. So if you want to market your business, you have to be where your customer is. And your customer is on social media and on listening to podcasts. So for me, it's a no-brainer. Moving forward, and even now we're going to bring voice into this in the next dimension. You're going to have to market yourself via voice. With voice systems and voice hardware, but that's still to come. Right now, social media is just an incredible tool. So that's number 1, because of behavior and attention. Number 2 is the reach is incredible. I mean, we're all doing business now globally. We can promote ourselves globally. I'm doing training sessions overseas. There's nothing like the reach of social media that compared to anything else around. The reach is insane. It's one big global marketplace now. And the third reason is the cost. There's almost no cost to working with social media. You can spend a little bit more money and do things in a little bit more sophisticated way, with maybe buying certain images or graphics or certain software programs. But nowadays, with the tools we have available, even just with our Macintosh or with our computers and our iPhones, the technology is there, and we can run a whole social media campaign for 0 cost and get incredible results and returns to our business. So for me, 3 reasons: attention, scale or reach, and cost. For me, it's a no-brainer.
Amazing. Because marketing, yeah, definitely all about the eyeballs. Hey.
100%. Marketing is about attention. It's about eyeballs. There's no
Yeah.
use having, spending big money on a newspaper ad if nobody looks at it. What's the point?
I know. And yeah, so it's about effectivity and efficiency and also cost, because nowadays a lot of people can't afford huge billboards
That's right. Yeah.
anymore.
And rightly so. You can get better results
Yep.
spending less money if you just take the time to learn how to do it properly. So that's the key. Social media is something that you have to practice every day. That's why I call myself a practitioner. You have to practice every day. It's like brushing your teeth is what I say.
Yes.
You have to do it daily, and you get better and better as you go, and you learn from other people as well. Watch what other people do. We're
Yep.
all learning, we're all studying. But if you don't do it every day, it's not going to work. It's a strategy that is a long-term strategy.
Right. Very interesting. Thank you to share that.
Thank you, Ingrid. And what about you? Give us 3 tips for relationships, and in particular, in this time, a lot of people are spending more time at home.
Yep.
Couples probably are driving each other crazy.
Yes.
What are 3 great tips for making sure people are building a healthy relationship, and even that something that's going to stand them in good stead when things change and things go back to more normal in the future?
Yes. As you know, before we started the podcast, right now, my client came in. So she had a session. And so she came here to our clinic, and she said, "Oh, Andy, you're still here. You're still talking to each other."
Fantastic.
So,
You're surprised.
yeah, right. She's been with me forever, for a very long time. So bless her. But my answer number 1 to the tip is laughter. As you have noticed that I've been laughing all the way,
Yes.
I was very attracted to my husband, not just because of his good looks. I mean, he's a very handsome man, um, but also his humor. He has a very dry, sort of sarcastic sense of humor, but I get him.
Yep.
So laughter is the key to healing. So my recommendation for couples out there, maybe, I don't know, go to your bedroom and watch dry bar comedy or something like that, just from your bed, because right at the moment, you can't go to a comedy bar. Why not just, watching from your phone, from your bed, with a glass of champagne or beer in your hand, make a date night.
Fantastic.
Comedy.
I love it.
Yes, because laughter will lighten the mood and your stress. And number 2 is listening. So listening is different to hearing. I hear that you complain about this and that, but are you really listening? So listening is deeper. Listening is not your brain jumping to every second. Oh, my partner is saying A, B, C, and D, and after a split second that he or she says that, I will respond, or rather react to that. A, B, C, D. I have the answers to everything. No. Listening is to listen. So let your partner talk and let you listen and understand. Why is he saying this? Why is she saying this?
Yes.
Where is he coming from?
Yes. What are the underlying triggers or
Yeah.
thoughts or emotions that are causing this?
Yeah. So it's not just about using your ears, but also giving your partner space, and they will appreciate you highly for that.
Ah, fantastic.
And tip number 3 will be ask for help. Because sometimes, yes, couples, they just don't know how to resolve issues themselves. So it's very important to ask for professional help. Like I went through hell and back. I didn't do it all alone. I asked for professional help as well, because at one point I was in deep shit, literally. Yes. So I couldn't take myself out. And with, various help, I could.
That's very, very good advice. Very, very wise advice. I like that.
Thank you.
Very, very wise, Ingrid.
So now we get into the most fun part of the podcast. I asked Darren to give me two statements. One is true, one is false, about himself. What he gave me is number one. So, hey, listeners, if you can guess with me which one is true, which one is false. Number one, Darren used to work as a drug dealer. And number two, Darren was a state champion freestyle swimmer when he was 16. Well, you know what? I tend to go to a juicy statement. So let's pick number one. And comment.
Very good, Ingrid. You're right. Very good. And that's why
dealer business.
when I say drug, I put drug in inverted commas.
Yes.
I used to be a pharmacist. Yes, I studied pharmacy. I practiced pharmacy for a few years, and then I gave it up and I did all sorts of things. But that's why I call myself a drug dealer, because I used to sell drugs.
Yes. And definitely because, well, it's actually a big drug dependency, prescripted painkillers. It's a biggie. Yeah, it ruins a lot of people's life.
Yeah, and
good on you. From moving on from from being a drug dealer to something else.
And as much as I'd like to have said that I was a state champion swimmer, I can't swim to save my life. It takes me an hour to swim 50 meters. So so A is correct.
That's okay. You just go to Bondi Beach and ask for the lifesaver to save
right.
you.
I take my floaties with me and I'm happy.
Yeah.
And now I'm very excited to ask you your true or false questions, because you've got some very interesting ones. So for everybody out there, number one, Ingrid gave Rihanna a Brazilian. That's fantastic. And number two, Ingrid gave Mel B's bodyguard a manzillion. So for everybody out there, I'm going to take a guess, and I think it's going to be number one.
Yes, you are correct. Yes.
Tell me that story. What a great story.
So when I, on day one that I worked in this 5-star hotel, my spa manager gave me, oh, hey, Ingrid, can you do Brazilian? Yeah, of course. So for some of you that may not know what is a Brazilian, it's a wax for the downstairs area. So we remove everything. So that is the definition of a Brazilian. It's not someone that came from South America.
And actually, I'm going to ask you, while I've got you here, how did that name come about? Why did that name come about, Brazilian? Is that just a custom in Brazil, or is there?
I don't know, to be honest. I haven't researched that one.
Okay, there you go. You can find out.
Yes. So initially I didn't know who my client was, but then eventually I learned that it was Rihanna. So I was like, oh, sweet. All right. No worries. Yeah, I can do that, because I've handled VIP guests, various VIP guests in the past before. So, I wasn't starstruck or anything. Yeah, she was nice, but it took me a long time to wait outside of her hotel room.
Oh, is that
and
right?
Whereby statement number two, I did Mel B's treatment, not Brazilian, but other treatments. I've never met his bodyguard, her bodyguard before, but the true statement is I do Manzilian. So that's one of my specialties.
Manzilians? Oh,
I know, meaning that man is the recipient of the Brazilian wax.
Oh my God!
I know. Not many people want to do that, but well,
that sounds very painful to me. I think I'll stick to hearing your stories. I'm not going to go there.
Right. So, are you sure you don't want to be my client?
You can give me a massage, but you're not giving me a manzillion.
No worries at all. Well, thank you very much, people, for listening to our collaboration today. And we hope you learn a thing or two about practical things that you can do to make your current living situation better and more fun. I hope you understand about our expertise a little bit more now. And if you need more support in terms of marketing, in specific podcasting, connect with Darren. And if you need some help with your stress level and your relationship issues, please connect with me. And
or if you need a Manzillion, talk to Ingrid.
That's a side dish. And so our links will be on the post. So you are most welcome to stalk us online. And I look forward to connect with you next time. I have more informative, uplifting, and fun chat just like this one, because I really believe that this is the perfect time for us to connect. So keep well and lots of love. Thank you so much, Darren.
Thank you very much, Ingrid. It was amazing.
Bye.